Ciao a tutti! Ciao a tutti! Un saluto e un abbraccio dall'Italia. Hi there everybody, I'm Salvatore and I'm glad to be with you today. I'd like to be with you there in person, but that's unfortunately not possible. Caterina and I would like to be there with you in person, but because of COVID restrictions, that's not possible. Who knows? Maybe next time. Vi mando un abbraccio dall'Italia. Qui c'è un sole, oggi c'è un tempo e c'è un sole eccezionale, ci sono 30 gradi e c'è un sole e un cielo blu infiniti. So, venite in Calabria, venite a trovarci e godetevi il sole del sud Italia, il mare del sud Italia e le montagne e il cibo buono e bla 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 del sud Italia.
Ahoy! Hello everybody! Good morning or good afternoon from Pilsen in the Czech Republic.
Okay, I'd like to talk for ages about many things, but we know that together with Caterina we don't have that much time to share with you, so I'm going to get down to business. I'm here with you today to tell you what Caterina and I have worked on in terms of music and how to use music in class to teach English. I've been teaching English for several years now. Caterina has been at the University of Calabria in Cosenza, and Caterina has been teaching Italian in the Czech Republic at the University of Pilsen for some time now. We first met thanks to Pixel. We met last November in a conference we were both involved in, and then we got in touch and we said to each other, why don't we work on music and how to use music in class to work on language components, listening skills, vocab, and all the rest. And we said to each other, yes, why not? So I'm now going to tell you how we worked together and what we did together. So why music? Why music in class? Well, one of the reasons why we chose to use music in class is because we consider it authentic. Why we consider it authentic? Because students, people listen to music at home, online, when watching a movie, when watching a TV series, when doing the shopping and all the rest. Music is authentic, and so it generates interest in learning because students relate to music and students relate to words, singers and music groups say in songs. Why they can relate? Because they can share feelings, they share emotions, they can see themselves, their stories, their everyday stories in that song, in that music. That's why it generates interest and it motivates students in learning. They can relate to music, and that reduces anxiety.
We have also previously carried out a survey among students of Italian from Pilsen, and almost 80% of participants expressed their interest in learning the language through music.
And now I'm going to tell you about research. What are the goals of our research? Boost motivation in learners. Teach a language using music regardless of the language spoken, and show benefits of songs. What are the benefits of songs? Are, for example, that we can work on listening skills, pronunciation, accent, spelling, vocabulary, culture, language components, and we can inspire people at the same time.
Participants of our experiment were Italian students of a number of degree courses at the University of Calabria in Italy and Czech students of the University of West Bohemia, of the Conservatory of Pilsen, and of the non-profit organization Associazione Amici dell'Italia in the Czech Republic. All the activities were conducted in the target language, and our lesson plan for each group was of 45 minutes. Salvatore and I, we never met in person, but we had many discussions about the song to use for our experiment and about methodology in order to get the benefits that Salvatore described before. We have chosen the English version of the famous song Stand By Me in Tracy Chapman's version and the Italian version called Pregherò, it means I will pray, performed by Adriano Celentano.
About methodology now. The methodology was to use a warm-up activity, a main activity, and a follow-up activity. The Italian warm-up activity was a true-false riddle. Both main activities in Italian and English was a gut feel activity. And then we had a follow-up activity, which is crossword and a quiz. My warm-up activity was, I provided students with a short text giving information about the song. Students, we read the text together with students and then they answered a true, false, 10 true-false questions.
Italian warm-up activity was a little bit different, as Adriano Celentano was completely unknown to the majority of the Czech participants. They were first given a riddle, including the name of another Celentano's famous song related to his childhood residence, Il ragazzo della Via Gluck, leading to identify the name of the artist. Especially for students of lower language level, this activity elicited the vocabulary related to culture life, like regista, attore, cantante, genere musicale, and others. Participants of higher levels worked then with the authentic online article and were asked more questions about the artist.
I'm going to tell you now about the main activity, which was what follows. We listened to the song twice. Before listening to the song, I provided students with the lyrics of the song, which I previously got ready. How? I got them ready by taking out some words which I wanted my students to focus on. Such words were words they usually misspell, comparatives and superlatives, and phrasal verbs. What we did was we listened to the song twice. The first time students tried to fill in the blanks as they could. The second time I waited to hear from them if they filled in the blank correctly. If so, fine. Otherwise, I helped students to fill in the blanks correctly, and then we focused on some language components such as comparatives, superlatives, phrasal verbs, pronunciation itself, and that was simply amazing, and students found it motivating and useful.
We made basically the same with Italian song, but we had 3 versions of this song as we worked on different language components at each language level.
The follow-up activity was, I got a word search ready before class. I used all the words missing from the lyrics itself so that students could work on that recycled language which was already missing in the song, and they can now reuse.
In both versions, learners were asked to fill in a questionnaire previously created on the online platform quizzes.com. The task was to choose correct words and expressions previously studied in the lyrics in a new context. Let's see the results of our experiment. We have planned minutely all the activities, and it allowed us to implement the lesson plan in different virtual learning environments such as Microsoft Teams, Zoom, and Google Meet. Having used the same song and mostly the same activities also allowed us to compare the benefits in both the English and Italian versions. We can say that all participants followed the lesson plan and participated actively in all tasks. All groups of Czech participants were able to solve the riddle and discover the name of the artist before receiving the lyrics. For groups of higher levels, listening to the song once was enough to fill in the gaps. Listening to the song twice was necessary only for lower level groups. All participants collaborated actively by pronouncing, spelling, conjugating, or explaining the filled gaps. Especially the online quiz got participants involved. With some exception, they managed the activity easily. The results of the quiz can be used as a diagnostic tool since they show which of the studied language components were acquired easily and which of them needed to be readdressed.
After taking the online quiz, we could check out students' accuracy in giving the correct answer. About my groups, I had two groups. Group 1, A1, A2 level, their students' accuracy was 70.5%. For my second group, which was a B1 level, students' accuracy was of the 76.7%.
Also, the results of the online quiz of Czech participants were slightly growing in according to their language level. The total accuracy was between approximately 68 and 77%. Due to the current restrictions, with the exception of one Czech group, all lessons were taught online, and we used different virtual learning environments. Obviously, several difficulties occurred during the online classes, and we had to solve them in order to respect our lesson plan. If you are interested in solutions, you can find the table with detailed descriptions of the solutions in our article.
In conclusion, what can we say in conclusion is, guys, that songs boost motivation in learners. Songs contribute to create an anxiety-free environment. Songs can be used in any language to teach that language. Songs can be used with learners of different degree courses and level of competencies. Songs contribute to make language acquisition more efficient. So, why not music? Why not song? Why not having fun and learn at the same time?
I agree completely with you, Salvatore. Music is really a universal language of the mankind. So let's go to sing, dance, and listen to music. Thank you for your attention and goodbye.
Vi lascio con un abbraccio enorme dall'Italia e da questo sole splendido e da un cielo blu. A presto, ciao ciao!